Today, President Trump signed an executive order pretty much dismantling the Department of Education. Mind you, it can't actually be shuttered without an act of Congress, but Linda McMahon, the Secretary of Education, is working with President Trump to basically cripple it, so it's basically not a department anymore. The Department of Education gives one out of every $7 spent in local school districts. That turns out to be about 13.7% of the school budget around the country. 8 of the top 10 federally funded states voted for Trump in 2024, and 6 of the next 10 states voted for Trump in 2024. That makes 14 out of the top 20 states receiving federal funding for K through 12 are states that voted for Donald Trump. It's going to hurt the states that voted for him most, but it's going to hurt the country. So for comparison, I'm in Colorado right now. On the list of 1 being the highest and 50 being the lowest, we are 48th in receiving federal funding for K through 12 education from the Department of Education. We receive about $1.49 billion. It works out to about $1,700 per student. Let's go for Kentucky. They get the third most per student. They get $2.11 billion per year from the Department of Education for education K through 12. That works out to about $3,195 per year. So the reality is that the rural school districts are gonna be hurt most because they have the least amount of funding for public schools. Also keep in mind that the Department of Education loaned out $85.8 billion to 6.7 million Americans for higher education, college. They also do work to help guarantee that people of special needs get their education and provide extra funding for that. So any way you cut it, this is going to hurt Americans, and this is because of Trump. So I will give you one thing. He did run on this. There's a lot of things like war that he was running anti-war, and now he's like basically a war hawk. But he did run on dismantling the Department of Education, and the dumbest states voted for him. So do the math. Welcome back to the Age of Unreason.